and welcome back to the Dickinson Homestead. If you're new, hello and welcome. My name is Shauna. Today I'm going to be sharing with you a really easy crock pot meal. This is something that I loved when I was a kid, and you can definitely do it in the crock pot, and it is Frito pie. Now, the kids and I are about to be heading out to go to a co-op meeting, and it's kind of a late in the day one, so this is really great. So whenever we get back, it's gonna be done and ready, and the only thing I have to do is just top it with some cheese, and we got some Frito pie. Now, if you've never had Frito pie, you can do it all different kinds of ways. You can do canned, you can do a fresh chili, a homemade chili. I'm gonna do kind of a middle, semi-homemade Frito pie. I've never met a Frito pie that I did not like, let me tell you. It's just like chili cheese nachos, only with Fritos. That's my personal opinion. I think that's a pretty accurate description of what this is if you've never had it before. But again, there's so many different ways to do it. I'm just gonna share with you how I'm doing mine today. It always changes, it never stays the same. It just depends on what I have in my pantry. So I can't say this specific one is better than the last one, because your own girl, she likes her some Frito pie. So this is also in collaboration with my friend Sonia. She's got 3 different channels. Her main channel, I'll be linking them all down below, but she does DIY on one channel, another channel is decorating and cleaning, and then another channel is cooking. So I'm gonna be linking all 3 of her channels down below, but the cooking, her recipe will be on her cooking channel. So she is awesome. She's got her hands in all kinds of different things. So if you love that type of stuff, then you're definitely gonna wanna check out my girl Sonia. I absolutely love her. We've collabed many times in the past with big group collabs, and this is our first actual one-on-one collab, so definitely head on over to check my girl out. She's also Canadian, and I think you're really gonna love her and the different things that she has to offer in all of her content on all of her channels. So again, if you wanna see how to do a very easy Frito pie recipe, that if you're a busy mom like I am and you've got things to do and you can't sit there and just fiddle around with dinner, you need to be able to get things done, then you're gonna wanna check. Okay, to start this recipe out, I'm gonna be going in with some lean ground beef. This is extra lean ground beef. You could use whatever ground beef you have. This is just what I had in my deep freeze. So I went on ahead and defrosted it, and this is a good 2.5 pounds of hamburger meat. So I'm gonna get this browned up, okay, and then I'm gonna just season it a little bit with some Worcestershire sauce. Just give it a good dousing. Okay, I'm gonna go in with some minced onion. This is just like the dried minced onion right there. That's what I'm gonna be using in mine. You could use chop up a real onion if you wanted to, but just to save some time, this is what I'm gonna be using. Okay, and a little bit of sea salt, as well as some black pepper. I just cook mine until it's almost done, and there's a little bit of pink in there so that it's not overcooked in the crock pot by the end of the day. Man, I thought this was, well, this is gonna take me a little bit longer. I thought it was completely defrosted. Ooh, my bad. So we'll be back in just a second. Okay, so I've got my meat in there. Now, I did not drain the excess grease that is in it. I want that for the flavor. Now for mine, I like mine to be super thick and chunky. So I'm gonna go ahead and put in 1 packet of the chili powder from McCormick's. I love this stuff. This one's just the original packet. They've got a couple of different ones. Okay, and then I'm gonna go in with 1 can of the Hunt's chili starter, right on in there. This has a lot of the flavors that you like too in yours, and the chili. And then I'm gonna go in with 1 can of pinto beans. And then I'm gonna go in with 1 can of Wolf brand chili. I only had the big one. Now I always get the one with beans in it because that's what we like. We like the ones with beans. That's just our preferred flavor. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and give that a good mix real quick. Okay, and then I'm gonna go in with some of these green chilies, the Hatch Valley chilies. I would normally go in with a can of rotel, but I don't have any, so I'm just gonna use some of the green chilies. I'm probably gonna do like 3 or 4 big heaping tablespoons of this. But again, normally I would have a can of rotel. I don't have any. Oh, I thought I had some, but that's okay. And that's all I'm gonna do for now. I'm just gonna turn my crock pot on. Okay, now I'm just gonna turn my crock pot on high and let that cook for 3 hours and let everything just kind of marry together, and we'll be back. Okay, so it's been going for a good 3 hours. I've got a little bit of time left on it. I'm just gonna give it a good mix in real quick. My house smells so good, and I am so excited about this. So is my husband. Hubby man, I called him and he was like, what are we having for dinner? I was like, we're having Frito pie. I was like, yes. It's been forever since we've had this. But if you want it thicker than what this has come out to be, all you have to put in is maybe a 1/4 cup of a little bit of cornmeal. I'm gonna go ahead and put in some cheese that I just shredded. I'm gonna go ahead and toss that on top of there. Okay, that'll work. And then I'm gonna put the lid on. And what I'm gonna do is I'm going to turn this down to just keep it warm. And it's got a little bit longer to just sit there until the hubby man comes home. And by the time he comes home, all that cheese is gonna be melted, and then we can start making our Frito pie. Okay, so we are all done. I just topped a little bit of green onion on there, and I've got some extra green onion right here. We've got our jalapenos and some sour cream and our Fritos to do our Frito pies. So I love doing it this way. It's super simple. People can come in and get their bowl, get their chips, get their little toppings that they want, and dinner is done. This is one of my favorite and my husband's favorites meals, and doing it in the crock pot is super easy. This is really great for Sunday football, get-togethers, parties, anything like that. People could just come in and grab their own bowl and do their own fixings on the side, kind of like a buffet type style. So it's definitely one of our favorite ways to do it. So I'm about to get my bowl, and the hubby man will get his, and I'll get the little ones going. So that's why I kind of try to leave some of this stuff out so that they can just get their little chili and their little Frito bowls, and they're good to go. Okay, so that's all I have for you today. I do hope you enjoyed this. Let me know if you give it a try. Let me know what your favorite Frito pie recipe is, because I would love to know, either if it's in the crock pot or in the oven. I love them all. So make sure you share your recipe with me, because I would love to know what you do for yours. And don't forget to go and check out my girl Sonia. You're gonna wanna see what she's got cooking up, and I'll see you in my next one. Bye y'all.